Kathy. Kathy, could you bring a slight cold water? Mm-hmm. Yeah, bring a cold water. Hello. Good evening. Thank you for joining me on today. I'm excited about having you. Thank you so much. Just come on in. Come on in. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining us. We are going to deal with a serious issue. Many of you were saying, I have a predator in my house. Well, of course, because the narcissist cares about anybody else but himself. Hello there, Carmen Rain. Hello there. Yes, ma'am. How are you? God bless you. Hello, Diane. How are you? Hello, Tara. Hello, Patricia. God bless you. Thank you for joining me, Karma. God bless you. And that's Jesus Girl Betty. How are you? Thank you for joining me. I'm so excited about what we're going to discuss on today. Amen. Hallelujah. We're going to talk about some serious issues. We're going to talk about some household impactive things, how it impacts a household, how it impacts your family, how it impacts your children. Good evening to you. She said, my first time from New York City. Hello, Patricia, all the way from New York City. Thank you so much. Thank you, moderator. Thank you for being on. Moderator, click me in at 1 hour. We can start now. Click me in at 1 hour. She said, I talk about how let me see. I talk about how your channel has helped me on the North of the Fray with Tony channel. Say no to narc. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, 1 hour. Thank you so much. I am so glad that we help you, and that's our whole desire. It's our everything, our energy, everything that we put into this is for you to be stronger, for you to come up, for you to be more powerful. Because what you are going through, many of you, and some of you, there's no easy out. There's no easy way out of it. You just have to go through it. Some of y'all have families, you have children. Let's talk about this. Living with the narcissist. Let's talk about what it's like to live with a narcissist. You know, when you get up in the morning, your heart is racing. And this is a good morning flight. Hello, CT. Good evening. How are you? And you're getting up in the morning with the narcissist. The narcissist didn't sleep because they really don't need a lot of sleep. And they are already thinking about how to captivate you during that day. Thank you so much. And we need everybody to subscribe. Like and subscribe the page. Make sure you like and subscribe the page. Let's talk about when you wake up and you're in the house with a narcissist. And you may have family. You may just be you and the narcissist, especially when it's you, the narcissist, and the children. And the first thing you get up in the morning is predatory, because the narcissist, from the morning you awake, the moment you awake, he wants your mind held captive. Yeah, this is electric awakening. She's a greedy, much appreciation. She's a greedy, much appreciation and continual strength. Amen. Glory to God. Thank you so much for joining us. in this elephant room. God bless you. I really appreciate you. Come on, let's get into the conversation. Let's get in the conversation. Let's start helping our brothers and sisters. Let's start giving strength. Let's become a release course for those who are going through. And many people don't understand what you're going through. You have to have this experience in order for people to understand. She said, I'm 6 months, no contact now. She said, but I suffer from heart palpitation. And she said, hypothyroidism. Thank you so much, SA. You know what? And that is the effects of trauma. That's the aftermath of trauma. And what is happening is you may be NC, but your body and your mind have not caught up to the NC mode. You are still in the midst of like having him there, you know, and the disturbance that they will cause is still going on in your mind. It's still going on in your body. So your body is registering it as if you are still there. And the longer you stay in C, the more your body will register, I'm finally away from that. I'm no longer in it. And when your body finally register, you're going to know the palpitations stop. You're going to know that your breathing subside. You're going to notice your stomach get better. You're going to notice the headaches leave. She said they're like gatekeepers to the door. So hard to leave out of the house. She said without getting that narcissistic stare. Oh yeah, that's that fear tactic. She said, I have gone no contact for 9 months and I am living well, happy, and in peace. Good job, Linda. That's what I'm talking about. And so what happens is, she said, yeah, they're like gatekeepers. And they're gatekeepers to your soul. They want to make sure that your soul is enriched with all of their thoughts, all of their penalties, all of their mindset. They want all of their image in your mind. So when you think of the narcissist, you're thinking how they think. They don't want you to think how you think. They want you to think how they think. She said, that's true. When he left the home, she said, I no longer had thyroid issues because they're problem causers. She said, they're problem causers. She said, I experienced my first panic attack last weekend with my spiritual covert narcissist. Oh my God, I hate that word. That combination is terrible. She said, please pray for my escape plan and success. We are, and you know, I believe that as we keep talking about this, things are going to become visible. You're going to get the strength. You're going to get the strategy. You're going to get the education. But sometime I got a video when the supply has had enough. Go listen to that video. There are certain traits that is getting ready to happen in your life that is going to bring you to a finality. It's going to bring you to a conclusion. And once you get into this place, nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to hinder you. Nothing is going to prevent you. You get into this vein and there's nothing the narcissist say can keep you there. She said, that's so true. Okay. And she was talking about her first panic attack. She said, yes, I saw the narcissist stare so many times, creepy, because you are looking, they're looking right in your soul. But guess what? You are looking right in their soul. They're not the only one looking in your soul. You are looking right in their soul. And guess what? Their soul is empty, is dark, is fearful. They show you the spirit that they're with. Hello, they're Karen all the way from Hawaii. God bless you. She said, yes, I saw that certain narcissistic stare many times. Yeah, and that's supposed to be the fear tactic. It's supposed to hold you hostage because sometimes that narcissistic stare, it can paralyze you. I mean, it's like a cat that is afraid. You immobilize, you stop right in where you are. And that narcissistic stare is like claws going into your mind, going into the depth of your soul. She said, I went back last week thinking I would make the trauma, depression go away. Oh my God. She said to talk it out. Oh my God, that was an attack by 10 narc mom siblings. Oh my God, that's the worst thing. Once you get out, you don't go back. Once you get out, you don't go back. She said when the suppliers had enough, they will be rushing to discard. Oh yeah. Yeah, that go back and listen to that video. Hello, Christina. And so you got to remember, as long as you're with the narc, you are in a predatory house. You are in a predatory environment. You are in a predatory moment. And what the narcissist does, he wants to captivate you. That's why they use that narcissistic stare, because it'll paralyze you. It'll captivate you where you don't know what you're doing. And so instead of moving out, even if you thought you was going to move out, you are so afraid. You don't know whether to freeze. You don't know whether to fly. You don't know whether to run. You don't know anything, because that narcissistic stare strips you of the energy that you need to keep moving. And so in order to have the energy that you need to keep moving, you cannot look at what they present before you, because the narcissist is about imagery. As long as he can get you to go with his imagery, as long as he can get you to go with what he feels, he can captivate you. His whole thing is to harness your emotion and to break you down. And when he break you down, he bring you into this bondage. Like the young lady was saying, they're gatekeepers of the soul. And when they get the keeper of the soul, then they start control what the soul bring in, what the soul bring out. And when they control the soul go into bondage. Does that make sense? She said, that's why I have to mirror that stare. Yeah, it's really crazy. Thank you so much, Janet. God bless you. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? If you notice that the narcissist can't stand when you mirror them. She said, psychopath tried to terrorize me with that stare because of my law enforcement. Let me get that comment again. Let me get that. I think they erased that. I wish they had kept that comment. But the narcissists hate when you imitate them, because to them it's mockery. And the narcissists hate to be marked. They hate to be scorned. They will almost go psychopathic when you mock them. They will get malignant when you mock them. They just lose their mind. They lose every ounce of control. And you got to remember, the narcissist is very methodical about what they do. They're very intentional about what they do. So when you throw them off course, you've thrown them off course. She said, after the discard, he did witchcraft on me, a death curse, double evil. Girl, you reverse all of that. No matter what he do, the Bible said no weapon formed against you shall be able to prosper. Most of the time I used to talk to God when he was talking to me, or before I came home. You know, and you practice. See, that's prayer. Prayer is your strengthening gauge. The narcissist hates it. Even the religious narcissists who act like they're Christians hate prayer. They hate when you cohabitate with God and God becomes your strength. You notice they hate that. They want a form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof. And when you go to get closer to God, they're going to, all hell is going to break loose. They're going to tell you that you're a hypocrite. They're going to tell you God is not hearing you. They're going to tell you, why are you praying? They're going to tell you that you don't really love God. If God loved you, then why didn't he do anything about it? You have to keep the imagery of who you are, the confidence of who you are, because the narcissists know if they don't tear you down, if they don't cause doubt, that you are not going to bend, you're not going to give up. There is a resilience in you. There's a fight in you that the narcissist can't break. He knows that. He knows that. And that's what he's after. Because that resilience, fight against them. That resilience, hold them hostage. That resilience, it strips them. And there's nothing they can do. They hate that you have it, but there's nothing they can do to prevent it. She says, because my law enforcement background, executive protection, it made me go to combat mode. This is Karen. Yeah, she said, have to learn that I can't fight fire with fire. Nope. No, you have to use a different tactic, because if y'all both on the same scale using the same tactic, somebody gonna cave in. Somebody's gonna give in. Hello there, Ernestine. She said, knock rage. She said they cannot stand nor criticize, even when it's true. A narcissist criticism, and a lot of times, is their confession of what they're doing. She said, I experienced the narc rage, and he beat me up and jumped on me and choked me. Oh my God. Are you still in that situation, Patricia? Or are you out of that situation? Beto, how are you? She said, I think they are showing how intelligent they are by manipulating, backbiting, and setting out flying monkeys against you. They think they're showing how intelligent they are, but they're really ignorant. She said sometimes they would tell you that you aren't worshiping God the right way, just because they feel that you are you're not submitting to their manipulation. Absolutely. A spiritual narcissist can be one of the worst narcissists there are. She said narcissists have a sign that also kills the mood. She said it stops whatever you are trying to say in your tracks. She said, and I have dealt with the narcissists who shake their heads and sign that they do not get things. She said, I'm going 6 months NC. Oh, okay. So have you started going 6 months NC, or are you going to do it? She said, we are praying and hope you are getting therapy. Amen. She said, I am offended that at 32, I'm in a spiritual warfare of a narcissist. She said, he assigned that incubus and succubus demon to my life. You can overthrow that. You can overthrow that. You have to be determined, because they use sex. Sex is one of the most powerful weapons that the narcissists use, because it breaks down your will. It goes to every area of your life. It goes to your subconscious. It goes to your conscious level. It goes to every emotional aspect of your level, and then it affects your physical level. Then it affects you. It affects you spiritually. So the narcissists know what they're doing when they take you to bed. They're taking you to bed for the whole gamut, because nothing affects your life than a sexual act. She says, yes, I remember one particular time I mirrored him with my answers and said, you make me feel like I can't trust you. She said, why can't you just give me the answer? Now I know what he really meant. He can't just answer that. Yeah. Intuitively, I stopped making eye contact. She said, only now, because about a year ago, only now in the gathering of the spirit connected the dots. She said, and follow the inner guidance of how to navigate me. See, everything they do is for control. We got 45 minutes, y'all. Got to make it work. She said, Knock got mad when he saw me reading the Bible. Yeah. And he would, she said, he would back off because he was a coward. Yeah, he must be covert. Ordinarily, he would not do this. She said, ordinarily, he would not do this with a malignant narcissist. She said, but I saw me take down larger men. Whoa. Patricia said, dangerous. You need to leave. Absolutely. So, Patricia, you are still with the narcissist. You're planning your escape, but you haven't made your escape. Is that right, Patricia? You're planning your escape, but you have not made your escape. So you're right in the military or predatory circumstances. Is that true? Jehovah's Witnesses is a narcissist-run organization. Yeah, she said, I am narc-free for 6. Oh, girl, that is really, really, really good. You know, now you got to detox. See, when you leave the narcissist, you have to detoxify. It takes time to detoxify based on the number of years. You have to multiply that based on the months of freedom. It takes 13 words to every one word in order for you to recover from trauma. It takes 2 years for every 3 months of experience in order for you to recover from trauma. That shows you how devastating, how deep that trauma is, and how much your brain has went through that trauma, how much your brain understand that trauma, and your body understand it. You know, a lot of times you don't think your mind do, but your mind can go through a lot. Your mind can endure a lot, but your body will start telling on you. Headaches, stomach ache, lack of sleep, pain, muscle spasm, different things your body will start telling on you. And your body's telling you, we can't take this too much longer. We can't do this too much longer. They are affecting my heart. They are affecting my stomach. They are affecting my kidneys. They are affecting my mind. They are affecting my sleep. I can't do this much longer. Your body is communicating with you. Don't throw it off and don't ignore it. Listen to your body talk. Your body is the master, and your body knows what's wrong with it. And don't delete it, minimize it. Your body is talking to you, and your body wants your escape. You got to remember that your body wants your escape. Your body wants the best for you. And a lot of times you can adjust to what you have acclimated to. When you living with a predator, you can adjust to predatory living. I mean, every day is something. Every day, it is never, ever nothing. You know, you come home, everything is fine, and boom, something go off out of nowhere. She said, please pray for my daughter, Summer, who is trauma bonded and still stuck. She's unfamiliar with narcissist abuse. She said, and I appreciate you so much. Yeah, we sure will. She said, with a dangerous narcissist, it's best to sometimes pretend that you don't even know what's going on. Yeah, act ignorant. Because when they're less suspecting, it gives you more advantage. When you're planning your exodus, you got to be strategic. Because once the narcissist know you are leaving, 2 things will happen. He's going to interject into that leaving, or he's going to discard, because he don't want you to do it. He want him to do it. And so he would discard you, and then he would trauma bond you to set you up for a Hoover, rather than for you to escape, where you feel like you had more of the decision than the narcissist. The narcissist always feel like he's in control. And that's why a predatory household, when you walk into a predatory household, you can feel the heaviness of that house. When you walk into it, you can feel it. It's like this air is thin. She said, my daughter's 8 years old, told me when I was sleeping, I used to make a humming sound. Oh, wow. She said, sometimes I laugh at myself knowing that the narc is afraid of the fact that I used to expose him so arrogant, because they're image conscious. She said, and do not let them know that you are, you can let them know that you're leaving. That's something that you have to do strategically. And when you are making plans to leave strategically, have no evidence. You know, you can put your boxes under the bed or make it look like a regular move. And the next thing you know, you're out of there. You're moving out of there. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect your family. You have to protect your children. The narcissist will do everything in their power to stop you. Some of them are malignant. They will even hurt you if they know that you are leaving. Because no one leaves the narcissist. to the narcissist. No one leaves them. She said, so how do we defeat them? You defeat them by building yourself. You have to build your mind. You have to build strategy. When you are strong, they are weak. And the stronger they go after your mind, the stronger you make your mind. The stronger they go after your life, the stronger you make your life. You got to make your life stronger than their ability to attack it, because they're attacking it at a lower level. You can't win at the level of attack. You got to be above the level of attack. And you got to use wisdom. And I'm not telling you it's easy. It's not easy when you love the narc. And you know the narc don't care anything about you. She said, so we go no contact and become successful, then expose them with a Hoover. She said, how do we defeat them? Yeah, see. And you defeat them by growing yourself, building yourself. Because the one thing the narcissists depend on you becoming self-destructive. They want to build within you the conduit that you don't believe in yourself. They want to build in you where you disagree with yourself. You're not even in agreement with your own mind. You're not in agreement with your own body. So you got disagreement, discombobulation of yourself against yourself. And so the narcissists know as long as you are discombobulated, they don't have to do nothing, because you're on this self-destruct mode. You will destroy yourself. And the narcissists don't have to do anything. So you have to build yourself. You have to strengthen yourself. You have to keep yourself together. You have to make major plans. Sometimes it's not even worth saying anything. If the narcissist can get a reaction out of you, everything they do is for a reaction. Stop reacting. She's the one day the Holy Spirit told me to take the kids and go, and I did, and that's how I got away. See, you are a very smart girl, Patricia. That's why you still alive, too. She said, when it comes close to escaping and you are no longer given supply, he questions me. She said, and I engage in future faking. She said, and prevent using fatal voice. The narc is not worth going to jail. It is best to leave. It is best to leave. She said, I'm sick, depressed, and weak, and just want to stop the abuse. SA, are you still there with them? Are you still in the same house? She said they love to use self-sabotage because there is no work for them. Yeah, they live their life through your life. Tien say, do they get away with dehumanizing us? Because she said, I am left traumatized. She said, I'm already moved on, and I made him wealthy as soon as the 400% income increase. She said he sabotaged the relationship because he wants to stay in control. That's when you got to make sure your documents are together. You got to make sure your documents are together. She said, you're right. The narcissist knew my strength and was strong. And she said, doing like you said, go back. You go back in. And God said, do not leave him. He would deal with the narcissist. He said, you're hurting me. Just be nice. They are abused. So she said they abuse you because you have qualities that they don't have. Absolutely. She said, I'm not the same house. I cannot stop the thinking about them. She said, trauma can heal. Trauma can always heal. You can always heal a trauma brain. There's healing for a trauma brain. It takes work. She said, here, narcissists didn't like the nice me. Oh no, it was probably putrid to them. She said it doesn't have to be long spiritual in our life, healing and deliverance according to our faith. Absolutely. She said, how you have to remember they hate you, so they focus on you coming back. The narcissist is a predator that never releases their prey. The more cages they have with minds in those cages, the more trophies they have. So when you are with the narcissist thinking all the trophies they have. And what the narcissist does, he teach you how to think. He teach you how to have the image. He teaches you your limitation. He teaches you what you can have and what you can't have. And when you believe the narcissist, you will have absolutely nothing. She's a restoration to all who has been stolen. Absolutely. But you got to remember the battle, the winning factor is to be above where you lost. You cannot win at the place you lost. You got to be above that. She said, yeah, learn, but be wise, not turning evil. She said, not turning evil means the narcissist. She said, is nice, kind of intimidated. She said, but Father God, I escaped with my life. She said, inner growth is the unlocking of the door to both the outer experience. She said, can you please do another video continuing that subject of covenants of strong spirits? I enjoyed the video over a year ago. Oh, okay. Just send me, put it in the comments. Put that video in the comments, and I will make a part 2 of that video. Make sure you submit it in the comments. And many of you got what it takes. It just that when you've been beaten down for so long, you gotta stop. You can't believe the beat down. You have what it takes. But the narcissists know you believe them. The narcissists know you love them. And when you love somebody, a lot of times you're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. She said, why do they hate us so much? She said, I'm just an empath. Oh, especially an empath, girl. I say because you give. An empath will always give. They love your energy. She said, siblings used to take the narc mother want a dozen for a dozen years. She said, now we need back surgery and nobody's there for me. So painful. That's just the way it works. She said, think with logic, remembering the bad, thinking with your emotions. See, what happens is you got to separate your emotions from the event. When you have an event, it may be a very emotional event. You can't leave the emotion as the judgment of the event. You have to take the judgment of the emotion out, and you have to put the wisdom in. That's why the enemy, the narcissists, don't want you to think. They don't want you to think. They want you to feel. She said, I feel ashamed. Tia, you don't have to feel ashamed. You didn't know what you was getting into. You had no idea that you were under duress that you're under. These scheming, scamming, lying, degrading narcissists, they used to that. She said the narcissist used to just stare at me while I moan doing love making. She said, and then got mad and messed up the whole mood. Yeah. Because what he does is, he just when you at the epic, they intentionally, they withdraw the moment, they withdraw the pleasure. Because they don't want you getting pleasure. They want them getting pleasure. If you're getting pleasure as a result of them, then and they're all the glory is going to them, you ain't gonna have no problem with the narcissist. But when you start trying to get in there and you are enjoying the moment, the narcissist is not gonna allow that. They are not gonna allow you to enjoy the moment. So they're going to just totally terrorize that moment. They're going to take away the feeling of that moment and leave you feeling limp, empty and limp. She said, spiritual growth is my feeding. She said, my mind will, the narcissist, slowly fade out of my mind and the benefits. She said, why he thought he was coming back to try again. Strong will to survive. My mom, the narcissist. Remember everything the narcissist does. Number one, it's going to set them up for trauma bonding. Number two, it's going to set them up for a Hoover. Number three, it's going to set them up for remembrance. The narcissist wants you to remember them way, way, way after they're gone. And you have a problem eliminating the thoughts. They're gone for 6 months, 9 months, a year, but you're still thinking. And the longer you dealt with that it's not always easy to uproot those thoughts. It's not always easy to excavate the thoughts that they put in you, especially when you suffer physical abuse, you will suffer psychological abuse. That is not always easy. And some of you, your body is bearing the scars of you not leaving. Your body is bearing the scars of you giving it another chance. Your body is bearing the scars of you trying it one more time. None of that worked. None of it worked. And your one more time cost your body what you are still paying for it right now. She said, your whole family is narcissists. I'm going to be lonely without any support. No, you can get support. Karen said, just weird. Yeah, you can get support. You are not by yourself. See, you want the support because you got people who understand. You got people who know what you're going through. They know what it takes to disrobe of yesterday. They know what it takes to take off the past. They know what it takes to change your mind. They know what it takes to raise children in the midst of hostility and predatory assessment. They know that. And many of you that have went to court, you know how crazy the court is, and the narcissists come in there with a lawyer like them, and the lawyer lies to get the narcissist way, and they give the narcissist more liberty with the kids than they really need because they really don't care about the kids. But the courts don't care as long as you don't have the evidence. She said the narcissist used to say that his mama used to abandon him at 8 years old of age to go to Honduras for months. Yeah. Well, sometimes you have to check that out because the covert narcissist and the mid-grade narcissist, they got so many stories, you don't even know what stories are true. You don't even know when they lie because they lie all the time. But anything to get your emotion, once they get your emotion and they put those suction caps on your emotion, guess what? They're in. They start sucking you in. And when they suck you into their emotions, they suck you into their feelings, and they will thrive on that. And you'll notice that you're going into emotion. Hello, Kiko. She said, yes, you can support SA. She said, God loves you, and your spiritual and emotional health is more important. Absolutely. She said, can you tell me why the narcissist is so obsessed with backdoor love making? Because they're perverted. They're perverted. She said, how do they beat their evil spirit against you? How do they beat their evil spirit against you? What do you mean? Explain that. Say, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. Your kind and supportive words are healing. Hi, Hannah. How are you? Thank you for joining me on tonight. Hey, let me tell you something. You have to break ropes. And to break ropes, you need strength. You need strength, not the narcissist's strength. The narcissist has raised himself up to be your master, to be your slave driver. If you realize that, then how long would you stay? If you realize they were a slave driver, how long will you subject the children like that? You have to make sure that this is what you want. And some people stay there for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You don't have to do that. By that time, your life is so suspended until it takes time to get you out. It takes time to get you out of your mind. It takes time for you not to freak out that you done gave so much time, so much love, so much devotion. You done raised up a whole family. They still doing the same thing. They still playing the same games. They playing the same game as the first one when they first met you. Nothing has changed. None of your security tactics are there. All of your modules have been moved. All the boundaries have been moved, and they are right there. They are triangulating. They are devastating. Everything is still in place. The only thing that's not in place is security. You have no security. Hi, Apostle. I love. Oh, thank you so much. God bless you. And this is Deborah. Thank you so much. She said, yes, cut the tie and count. And no contact. Yep, you got to cut your loss. You got to cut your loss. We got people on here that can tell you this. It doesn't matter how you stay. You are in love. They are not in love. You said they got to love me. The intimate moment that we share. Hey, baby, you can have a love maker. They can make love so good until your wig spin and your eyelashes trying to catch up with your eyebrows. That doesn't mean that they love you. That means that they are skilled. That means that they got more ammunition. That means that they got more tools to use. And that means that you have a vulnerability, that they know that you have a vulnerability. That's why it, like Karen was saying, she's making love to him and he's looking her in the face like he's trying to study her. He's not even into the moment. He's trying to study the moment. And when he's trying to study the moment, what he does is to find how deep what he does go with her, because he wanted to go deeper. He needs her ultimate, he needs the form of worship. And the form of worship is to get to her core. And when he gets to her core, she'll do anything. There ain't nothing she won't do. She'll give up her family. She'll give up her finances. She'll give up her children. She'll give up everything because she wants the core of that narcissist. And what the narcissist does, he's good in bed and he mastered the art. He becomes good at the arts and he uses it as a mechanical instrument. He uses it as tools. And these tools keep getting you deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then finally, he pulls those tools away. Then he starts using control. So now you're in control because he got you craving for what you're used to. He got you used to it. And now you're craving for what you were used to. And he done pulled all of that away. He done pulled all of it away. She's afraid, read the Bible. Okay. Let me see. She said, my family play the same games that the covert narcs did at the age matter. The older ones, terrible and miserable. She got cut off more mad because of the manipulation. See, we all saying the same thing. She's out here. A lot of you have to heal. She said mother wounds. She said any type tips how. We'll talk about that. She said mine was jealous attention. She said I gave to his son. He was 5 years old. He just ignored my dad. He's always angry and say he's just saying blah 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 and ignore him. She said this okay. And then if he's considered that child as a black, or he considered that child as a scapegoat, he's gonna get that. She said, sound like the song of Jasmine Sullivan, where she pays the guys rent for making love. She said, yes, Miss Janet. Read the words. Okay, we got 20 minutes. She said, why do I feel the narcissist and the new living? She said the narcissist and the new are living, they're not living a fairy tale. The narcissist living the same life you live. She said, start declaring your good and victorious outcome. She said, sow what you need to grow. She said, and what you want. Songs of freedom. She's Apostle, I have a hard time dealing with my sister attending the NARC church. Of course you do. She said, NARC did master. She said, but my mind wasn't getting food because half the time you pretend that sex was more than it was. Okay. She said, and because of the narcissist's love, admiration, and attention, it was irritating to my spirit. What's irritating to your spirit is evil. When something is not right, your spirit man knows that it's not right. And you channel that energy automatically. That's why it's abuse. Your mind know that you have been trauma bonded. And your mind looks for an escape. But your mind can adjust to whatever you let it stay into. And so what you have to do, you get a good support group. You make sure the narcissist is not a part of that support group. Because once the narcissist realize that you have a support group, they go after that support group. He channels the energy of that support group to himself. He makes them love him, especially when he's a covert. He makes them love him. He makes them miss him. He brings himself in and he starts dominating. Next thing you know, you got flying monkeys. She said, so true, energy don't lie. She said, God will show us how us to discern lying things. And God would say, let me know. Yeah, that's what this program is for. That's what we're doing right now. She said, why do not find something wrong with any suggestion you make? Because it's not theirs. That's all you need to know. It's not theirs. And when it's not the narcissist, it's not good. If it was the narcissist, it would be the best idea in the world. And I think what is hard on us psychologically is to know that we have a pessimistic, non-giving, totally selfish, totally self-occupied individual that is so bent on what they want at your expense, at any cost, at all costs, at any time, at every time. And so you're used to give and take in a relationship because you're used to mutual giving. I give a little bit and you give a little bit. That ain't the way that works with the narcissist. The narcissist is you keep giving. You keep giving me fuel. You keep giving me supply. You keep giving me reaction. You keep giving me your emotion. You keep giving me your money. You keep trying to please me. You keep trying to satisfy me. You know, I did that video, Black or White. A lot of you haven't even listened to the video. I want you to go listen to that video. It's a lot in that video because when you're with the narcissist, you're either black or white, and you're trying to operate in a gray zone with a black or white narcissist. The narcissists have no comprehension of a gray zone because they don't understand compromise. That's why they lie to compromise. They do not understand compromise. The narcissist only understand what he wants. And what he wants is what he wants. And he's going to put it out there. And he's going to make you feel guilty until you give it to him. She said, don't worry about the new supply. The narc pretend. Oh, the narc is going to always pretend that they're having a great time, that they're enjoying each other. And that's not true. She said, it's true because when he popped up after ghosting, I had a panic attack and said, why do I feel like my abuser is back? She said, or something, because my body, your body knows, your body is talking to you. Your body is responding. She said, that video is excellent. Oh yeah. Okay, she said, APS finally believes me. She said, I spoke with APS Psychiatric for an hour last week. Whoa, whoa. A narcissist is a narcissist is a narcissist. Family, listen to me. Stop trying to negotiate with a narcissist. How can you negotiate with a narcissist? Their brain don't even think like our regular brain. There's portion missing in their brain. That's why I was talking you, go listen to that video, Black and White. That video that many of you have not listened to it. Go listen to it. And I think it's like 13 minutes. It's only 13 minutes, but the substance of those 13 minutes is tremendous because some of y'all are in the black and you're trying to get into the gray. The narcissists don't have gray matter. He put you in the black, you in the black, or if you're in the white because you're letting him do what he want to do. And then after a while, you eventually going to go to the black. Why? Because the narcissist is going to get tired of you letting them have their way. They need something different. So it doesn't matter what you give the narcissist. It will never be satisfied. You can give them 100% their way. After a while, they're going to devaluate you and they're going to hate you for you letting them have their way. They need something different. They like kids with a new toy. They need this shiny thing to shine in their face. And then their attention span is shortened. And then the next thing you know, they're off playing with something else. And then they've got that, and then they're all playing with something else. That is the narcissist. Their brain is either black or white. And a lot of times we're trying to come in there with a mid-grain. They don't come in with a mid-brain. They don't come in with gray brain. They don't come in with compromise. Black or white. When you communicate their language is black or white. And when you do that, you know what it is that the narcissist is going to say. You know what it is that the narcissist is going to do. I think what happens is we don't separate our emotions from the narcissist. We allow our emotions to take rule, and based on what we feel, because we're afraid of losing them, we love them and we don't want to lose them. So we keep going to compromise, saying that they're going to change. You know, one day I know it's going to be better. They don't have the ability to change. They don't have the ability to give. They don't have the ability to compromise. They don't care about you crying. And you're crying and you're crying and you're crying. And you're like, how can you see me hurt like this? And nothing moves you, because they're demons. Those are devils. Devils don't have love. They don't have emotions. You need somebody to have love. They don't have love. They're trapped within themselves. They don't even love themselves. How they going to love you? Oh my God. She said, yes, it is sometimes worse with a new personality. She said, we'll get bored. Yeah, and they're not happy. Yeah. Go back and listen to that black and white. Absolutely. She said many of the professionals don't take us serious because they are unaware of narcissism. Most professionals are not aware of narcissism. They are aware that narcissism exists. They're aware that the trait exists, but they're ignorant of the life of living with a narcissist and the devastation of living with a narcissist, that you can have a heart attack living with a narcissist. You can have a stroke living with a narcissist. Thank you so much, Patricia, for the 1999. God bless you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm trying to plug this up, guys, because I'm running out of juice here. I want to make sure we don't get cut off, because I think we have about 20 more minutes. There you go. There you go. I really, really appreciate you. You know, this is not over. And some of you that are going through, stop beating up on yourself. You say, I should have known better. It doesn't matter what you know. What matters what you know now, what you can do now. You were in love, just like all the rest of us. We were in love. We did not know that we were dealing with what we were dealing with. We did not know that. So we yield to what we felt, and we did not yield to what we know. She said, Dr. Sadler, she said, Dr. Sadler, your phone is a narcissist and needs you. She said, I had to make that a joke because, okay, girl, you know not to joke with me with those narcissist jokes. I was trying to figure out what you was talking about. She said, as an empath, how can you think like no emotion? You have to train yourself. Empath can train themselves. She said, what title do you reinforce? What's the title you reinforce? Explain what you mean, Electric Awakening. What do you mean, what title I reinforce? I don't understand what you're saying. She says, thank you so much for your help and love to bring all of this information. Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I just want you to know who you are. I just want you to know that you can do this. She said, it just sucks because you feel like the rest of the world around you would just judge and say that you will never be me, but they have no idea how this abuse is done. Oh, but look how many people you got online. Look how many people you got online. People are saying, hey, I'm with this. I'm down with this. I understand this. Let me tell you something. You can get up, but you definitely have to make up in your mind. This is not an easy warfare. This is not an easy battle. And the moment you decide to get up, that's when all hell gonna break loose. All hell break loose when you decide, I'm out of this. When you decide, I'm done with this. Go to that video, black and white, and go to that video when the supply has had enough. I promise you, you will not be disappointed in that video. I want to thank you all for being with me. I'm going to come back and do another video. I appreciate it. You know, my schedule has been so busy. Please forgive the times that I didn't come on, but you know I will never leave you, and I will be back. And I'm going to be a little more consistent and figure my schedule out. She said, you have no contact. No contact. She said, blackout thinking about him, building, healing. You know what you need? You need affirmations. You should do, she said, you should do when the supply has had enough, part 2. You know what, Karen? You're absolutely right. And I'll probably think about that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Karen, for the $20. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you so much. All right, she said, thank you for joining us for the broadcast tonight. Okay, that is my moderator. She says, my time is physically up. I want to love on each and every one of you. I want to tell you that I'm proud that you hung in there. I'm proud that you're fighting back. I'm proud that you didn't yield. I'm proud that you didn't stop. I'm proud of you that you didn't break. Even the tears that nobody see that runs across your face and the wet tears that you see. Thank you so much, Trina. God bless you. I appreciate it. Y'all are so awesome that you give to me. And I want you to know I am so very grateful for every gift that you give to me. Thank you so much. Go back and listen to the black and white. Go back and listen to that video. It's 13 minutes of power. But many of you going to understand what's wrong with your narc. You're trying to deal with them in a gray area. They're black and white. That's the only way they think. They think no middle ground. And when you know that they're black and white, you can change your communication skills with the narcissist. I'm not saying the narcissist is going to be happy. It's going to tee them off. You're going to jack them up. You may even cause a narcissistic injury. And you may end up in the black more because they are not getting their way. But I'm telling you, you can do this. I want to thank you for being with me. Thank you, Karen, and those of you that have given to me. I am so grateful, and I'm deeply honored. And I am going to look for you on the next video. Danielle, as always, you are an extravagant moderator, and I love you so much. God bless you. Good night, family. I'll see you on the next video. God bless.